check, mic check, mic check. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Get on that head, get on that head. Kenneth Perkins, I see you, I see you. New York Giants salute, let's go, let's go. Coach Ed in the building. Giants salute to Coach Ed, I see you. Coach Ed, it's about that time, baby. It's about that time. We're gonna have to schedule something soon. On your way in, make sure that you like the stream. Jump in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't already. We have special guests in the backstage. Let's go, let's go. I see you, Ra. Still Mac, I see you. Let's go. 23 days. That's it. 23 days until Dallas. Come on. Come on. If that don't make you want to run into a brick wall, ain't nothing I can say that's going to help you tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 23 days. Let's get it. Let's get on that head. Get on that head. Get on that head. Let's go. Let's go. We got some things to talk about. Let's get this conversation rolling. Where we at? Where we at? There we go. Here we go. Ross says, love the energy. Let's go. Yeah, we can't play around no more. It's football season. It's no more time to play around. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah. Shout out to the real G in the building as well. Says, yo, with that hype music you play, as waiting on the freestyle, I be thinking about it sometime. Like, I be wanting to get a little quick 16 in, but I don't want to embarrass myself. But every time that I intro this thing, I'll be tempted. I'll be tempted. Tyrone Hall in the building. I see you. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Listen, man. We have our second preseason game tomorrow versus the Miami Dolphins. We already know how our meetup was during practice. We wanna get into that conversation, man. Some things that we're kind of expecting. What do we believe is going to be new versus things that we've seen in the first matchup? And we kind of just want to, get into that conversation piece there. Again, if you haven't already, just do me this favor. Make sure that you like this stream. Make sure that y'all are in this comment section. As I bring on our special guest for the evening, we're going to let the intro rock out. Look, if I go through any technical difficulties, y'all already know how I give it up over here. Like, I'm in the middle of the desert. The Wi-Fi don't work with me all the time. We're going to keep the ball rolling, all right? But let's let this intro play, and then we're going to get to the rest.
I felt there was no better athlete on that field than me. I was the best athlete on the field. And in order to win, I felt there was no better athlete on that field than me. I was the best athlete on the field. And in order to win, you have to beat me. If you can't beat me, then you can't win.
I tell you right now, you know everybody gonna watch this ass whoop my put on you, right?
It's your guy who is never lying. Sometimes defiant. It's the way to try.
Both feet down on the ground, and then it came out of the pile. This ball's thrown, and Tyree, that may be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Sometimes defiant.
Lobs it, Burris alone, touchdown New York.
All right. Here we go. We back.
Let's get
Fellas. Yes, sir. We have our special guest for the evening, man. Big Blue Reborn, super dope New York Giant content creators. Listen, man, I say this all the time. You know, if you've been tuned in long enough, then y'all already know. The people that I have as guests, my number one criteria is that at first I have to be a watcher. I have to be a fan of their work. So if you see guests up here, that means that I rock with them. And hopefully I am undefeated on putting y'all on with dope content creators. These are guys, man, that I think that are truly stepping into this lane and taking it by storm, man. Big Blue Reborn is here. We got my guy Milton and Ethan in the building. Fellas, how y'all feeling, man? Talk to the people.
Hey, what's up? Much appreciated. Thank you for having us on, man. Thank you for having us on. It's a long time coming. We've been talking about it back and forth for a little bit, so I'm happy we got an opportunity, man.
Sir,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Glad to be here, man.
So listen, this is what I want to start with here, okay? Because we coming off pretty much a small high, right? With practice, and the reason why it's a high is because of how things went down. Like, I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat shit. We whooped ass. We whooped ass this practice, right? And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to say, well, that's to be expected because the Miami Dolphins aren't a good football team, right?
That's a good point.
But, you know, I look at things like this. There could have most definitely been a different version of this. Like, we could have definitely heard about a version where the Giants weren't able to get things going because maybe the Heat, you know, took over the players and they weren't able to get things clicking. We could have heard a version that said, oh, they were undisciplined all over the place. There was a lot of pre-snap penalties. We could have heard a version where, you know, the fighting may have oversaturated the work, but we didn't. We got a version that said that the New York Giants look like the New York Giants as advertised. So now we're actually headed into an in-game situation with this same team. And the interest factor is how are we going to put all of these things together and how we're going to look. So my first question to you both is, how do you see this going as far as starter concerned? Is there anybody you should most definitely see on the field versus the Miami Dolphins?
Go ahead, E.
Well, it depends on what side of the ball you're talking about. On offense, anybody really, we've seen everybody that we need to see. We don't really need to see Andrew Thomas. We're probably going to see some Najee Harris because what happened last week with Tracy, you know, that missed block just one play. And it's unfortunate that he missed that play, but I've heard that Najee Harris was already scheduled to come in before this. It just made it seem like because Tracy missed that block, Najee Harris came in, but he was already scheduled. You know, there was already works for him coming in here because if you think about it, Scatterboo's number one. If he gets hurt, then it's just Devil Singletary and Tracy. So it's like Najee Harris already coming. But the question you asked is like, who do we want to see on offense? Really, I want to see more of Odell. To keep it 100 with you, like at this point, like he was running those routes, he was getting open. He had a touchdown that probably just went to Malachi Fields, but he didn't get that look. So hopefully they see that on film and they start going to him more. That's what I want to see on offense. And then on defense, I just want to see like the young guns, like because that's the strength of our team, in my opinion. I want to see the young guns. I want to see Jack Kelly. I want to see Colton Hood. You know, I want to see those guys really step up and, you know, see the game slow down for them just a step or two, a little bit more. Because, you know, I would say Colton Hood didn't have the greatest game, but Jack Kelly did have a solid game. So those are the guys I want to see. And in the preseason game against Miami.
Hey, you already know. I was about to say the same thing. Odell Beckham is the one player I want to see on that field all game, not even the whole game, just the first half. Give him feed that man the ball so we can solidify his roster spot. Jalen Hyatt, let go of that number. Let's keep it moving. As far as what I want to see in Miami, man, when we really get down there, man, I want to see Jackson Dart play 2 to 3 drives and consistently move the ball down the field. I didn't like in the Vikings game, we got that shock of that 3 and out to start the game, and you go, oh shit, here we go again. You know, you get that same feeling that we were getting before. So I want to see them move the ball consistently. I want to get that feeling that we are in good hands with Nagy and his offensive system that he's putting together. Because that was really the only questionable sign of, Harbaugh's reign when he started bringing coaches in. Everybody was like, Nagy, whoa, what happened? So that's the main thing I want to see is that offense click. The defense, look, they about to go out. They about to go out on them. We only need them for like the first drive. Let them know what it is, and then let's see the rest of the depth. We don't even need our starters really to mess with them because we saw what happened yesterday. So let's focus on the defensive depth, but the offense, we need to see some consistency from our starters.
So I agree with y'all. I think for me, when I hear that question, I'm thinking defense first, and I'm thinking interior guys, Shelby Harris, DJ Reader, because there's this misconception that I think that some Giant fans have where they feel like we haven't really gotten better as far as run defense is concerned. And I want to put that to bed. Again, when we played versus the Vikings, it wasn't even that we were just terrible. It was just old Giant ways. You had McFadden missing a tackle, which ended up being a big run, and it just was a clear missing of that interior defensive lineman there. Yeah. So if we go ahead and plug that in, and then you have Tremaine Edmonds that you have next to Arvell Reese, which that is an element in itself because you need your linebackers to talk and communicate and get that feel of working with each other. I want to see just what that looks like, even if it's not for a quarter. Give me a couple drives at least. Just like on the offense, if you could get points on the board, you could feel good about yourself. Well, on defense, if you could give me some 3 and outs, I could at least say to myself, okay, that is something that we could build off of right there. Yeah. So for me, that's the big thing, man. Put my defensive guys out there, and let's see what we look like when that unit is together. Yeah. But now I'm going to flip it.
Okay.
Who should we sit? Like, are we saying to ourselves, like, listen, y'all good. Y'all good. We either seen enough of this person or this person is just not going to be an asset to the team. Who do y'all think we should sit?
As much as I think linemen need reps, man, CC, sit his ass down. I'd rather have him for the 17 games, man. Because look, if he's able to perform in the preseason and move the guard, I feel more comfortable with him taking those reps in game as opposed to getting in the trenches right now and then we get some crazy injury and then he doesn't even make it to regular season. I think that he has enough knowledge, he has enough power, and he's big enough to just slide into the role. Of course, again, linemen need reps. That's the only way they learn. But I feel like for us right now, we're one injury away on this offensive line for us to be looking at this offensive system in a completely different light. Because without the line, the offense ain't shit. And we're looking to run the ball, right? We're looking for play action, right? You can't do neither one of them things if our line isn't good. We got JMS with a concussion off of the first practice. You know what I'm saying? Like we need our linemen. But as of right now, I'm like, CC, sit down. Andrew, sit down. Illuminor, I don't even know. You over here grabbing people's face masks? Sit down, chill.
So this is my thing to that, right? I feel like if you have Jackson Dart in the game, you
Yeah.
gotta have
Starting offensive line.
a certain line of defense up there up front. Make sure you're protecting your guys. CC needs to play because he's young at the end of the day. And I think Coach John Harbaugh kind of spoke to that. Like, if you notice our last game, the young guys played. It don't matter how big of a value you are to this team. If you're considered a young guy, you were on that field. You know what I mean? It was pretty much like the Brian Burns of the world, the people who got a little time in, the Andrew Thomases of the world. Like, those guys were able to sit. But a guy like CC, even though I'm impressed, don't get me wrong, I'm impressed. And we definitely need to, we definitely wish for full health with CC. He's a huge part of the offensive line. But I think that I like the aggressive approach that we're having. And I think if you're gonna play these other guys, CC, let me see what you got.
I got you. You gotta let them build the callus.
Yeah.
So the question is, who would we like to see sit, right? It'd probably be like Abdul Carter for me. Like, we seen what he do in practice. He on that defensive line, like he's getting after it. Him, Golston, they was getting after it in Miami practices. We all heard that they had to stop practicing. Hold up, what are we doing? They living in our backfield, like Abdul Carter, maybe Kayvon Thibodeau. Let the young guys, somebody else get their reps here at this point, because I feel like even in the next preseason game, we're not going to allow anybody else really to get those. That's really like who's going to make the team, and the guys that we know are going to make the team, let the guys who have an opportunity not to make the team get more reps in this game. So whoever's going to fill in behind Abdul Carter, let's see this defensive depth, because I feel like it's going to fall off a cliff if after Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Brian Burns, once those guys are off the field, who is really the next line up on the edges, because that's really where we got gashed as far as on run defense on the outside runs, because we had Dexter Lawrence, but now, we got DJ Reader. So
Ethan, I do want to combat that as well.
Go ahead.
Because I'm looking at it like, listen, that's what we got the second, third, and fourth quarter for. Like, for y'all to see what we got outside of our main guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of agree with the approach that John Harbaugh is taking. Like, if you're young, we need to see you in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there is an element to the chemistry factor of it that we need to see from the guys that are going to be out there. Like, this is still a new product that we're putting out there. And so I think we need to take advantage of these opportunities, that we have to better build that chemistry.
Yeah.
So if Carter was to sit, I wouldn't be absolutely distraught. But to me, it's like, if Carter sits, then does that mean Brian Burns sits another game as well? And then I'm reversing it. Then I'm looking at it like, okay, well, if Brian Burns is playing, then why isn't Abdul Carter playing?
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at it like, okay, well then why isn't Tibbs playing? And it's the whole nine. So I just feel like, y'all, I'm not saying it necessarily got to be a full quarter, but, take advantage of reps.
I think it's just my PTSD of us having season-ending injuries or 6 or 7 week injuries, to where I just want everybody to start week 1 fresh.
Yeah.
But you can't.
I get it.
And you're absolutely right, and that's the way Harbaugh has been running it throughout the whole training camp, even up until now. Is he's making sure that they're conditioned to play football. So you're making complete sense, and that makes sense. The young bulls do need to run now, so we can see what we need to do when we need to make that final 53 anyway. So he's getting them all in shape to make sure that they can play the whole fourth quarter. Because that was one thing that Brian Burns said in the interview. He said, like, the conditioning that we've done, I don't know if we would have been able to hold up in this heat. But now knowing after what we've been doing in West Virginia and everything, and in the 2-hour trainings and stuff like that, because like I said, I keep saying, I was telling E, like when I was out there, bro, when they started that first bell rings, they going from session to session to session to session. It was nonstop until like 3:30, and they said they were stopping at 3. So, like he was not playing around. So he's making sure that they're able to play the whole game. So they do need their reps. I just don't want to see any injuries. That's it.
Right.
I want to see everybody finish their practices clean.
Respect that. I think
you speak for. I just real quick. I think you speak for every Giant fan because I think we all kind of on edge, and we don't even like to even say the injury word because that's how on edge we are, right? Like we're hoping, okay, smooth sailing. We almost did. Everybody just stay healthy. You know what I mean? So it's definitely that factor to it.
CC was walked off of the press. Oh shoot! I gotta stop what I'm doing. I gotta go read. What happened?
Yeah.
Did we lose it for the season? What happened? You know, you're running to figure these things out because that's what we're used to.
It's just the thing is, it's like if it was a different team, it's Miami. Like they're all NFL players, but Miami is probably going to be in the running for like with Arizona. It's like probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. Like let's be real. So. If it was better competition, I would probably want to see them play a little bit more to make sure we're going against like a playoff team. But I don't think Miami's going to make playoffs. So like having our starters out there isn't really going to do that much good for them. Like, yeah, okay, continuity is great and everything. But if you're not going against people that are going to be playing in December and January for possibly a championship, then is it really getting you any better? That's how I'm going to look at it. So it is what it is. So that's what I got to say. So, if they sit, I don't have a problem with it because I would like to make sure whoever's coming in for Abdul Carter or Brian Burns has that enough reps to make sure the drop off isn't significant.
So I understand completely when you're looking at it from a competition standpoint. But I kind of see it the same way that Coach Ed sees it, and I'm looking at it from a timing standpoint. I don't think that we're going to see like the key guys and starters are in our last preseason matchup. Yeah. And I think because of that, that's the reason as to why this one has just so much emphasis, on getting these reps in. Because I just don't see them being on the field. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. So, to me, to be real with you, if your name is not Andrew Thomas, like I need to see you on the field. Right. Like that. Like to me, that's the only exception because you got your QB1 out there that's still playing. Yeah. So what excuse would anybody else pretty much have? You know what I mean?
I hear that.
Okay.
I hear that.
That's fair.
That's valid.
Now I got a receiver conversation that I want to have with y'all, and especially with y'all because one of you are y'all are me last year when it comes to Darius Slayton. So I wanna have this receiver conversation. I know we spoke a little bit about Odell, right? I think we all can agree we want to see Odell get more reps in. I think me personally, I want to see him with the ones. Like we know what Odell can do to the 2s and 3s. But let's see him with the ones and let's see him with Dart to get the ball to him. I want to see him get a fair shot at really making this team because to me, he's just been impressive. I say this often. My big question with Odell is, can he still have the ability to get open? And he has shown that he has that ability. So it makes no sense for me not to consider him someone who could like really be on this roster and really be help us offensively. So you have that in Odell, but you got these other receivers. Let's talk about your guy Darius Slayton. You say that Darius Slayton, you think this is going to be his biggest year. And as someone who's been consistent Darius Slayton defender, I'm just going to say, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. And I'm saying that not happily. Like, I really do believe Darius Slayton is a lot better receiver than a lot of Giant fans even understand. I think that in ways he can help this team. But now you got the resurgence of Malachi Fields stepping up. You got, Odell looking like, he can actually in anything that Darius Slayton was. You got Isaiah Likely that needs to see the ball. And so I think this year, no bueno.
Look. I'll say this. The reason why I said I think this is gonna be Darius Slayton's best year, and I'm gonna stand on that, is because of exactly what you just said. Did you hear all of those people you just listed? All of those people you just listed, he's sitting in the locker room watching all these people like, damn, yeah, them grabs that I was getting before, they ain't coming like that. On top of that, we got Malik Neighbors coming back. So he's fighting for a position, whether we talking about it or not. He already got paid, but he's fighting to be on his team, whether he likes it or not. So I think with the level of competition and the fact that it's raised, that's one thing. Number two, started the offseason. He had the surgery on the hernia, the sports hernia. Now, it's never discussed. He's never going to come to the podium and say the hernia is the reason why I was dropping passes last year. I'm not going to sit here and put two and two together and say that's why he was dropping passes. But you don't get a surgery for no reason, right? So I think with him being able to come back into training camp, him being able to run this season healthy, him looking at the competition and knowing that he needs to raise his level of play, he's going to have to put up numbers. Now, where he slots on the depth chart, that's a whole different conversation because we really need to see who makes the 53 and what 6 receivers we have. Because if Odell, if Fields, Mooney, Calvin Austin, they all make the team, I don't see Darius being a lock as number 2 right out the gate. So, again,
I don't see him being a number 2 now.
That season, as far as production for us, because I think we're going to see a lot less drops than we did from before. He's going to be a reliable receiver. He's going to do what we need him to do. But I think the level of competition is going to push him forward.
Okay. Yo, hold on, Mick. I can add in.
I want to ask you. Okay, bro. I just want to ask this real quick because you mentioned the injury aspect of it, right? Let's say hypothetically, Malik Neighbors goes out there and he's underwhelming, right? He's just not looking like a version of Malik Neighbors. Do you give him any leadway or do you give him a pass? Or do you expect Malik Neighbors to be some type of version of Malik Neighbors when he goes out there?
Right out the gate? Like game 1?
Anytime he's on the field.
I don't know, because I'll tell you just from personal experience, I blew my knee out, so I know for a fact I'm not in the NFL, but I tore my ACL and my meniscus on both sides. I'm gonna tell you right now, the first game, he doesn't even know where his mind is at until he gets on that field the first game. and he makes a real time. Like even these practices, like they're not gonna have him out here doing any of this stuff with any live reps with any of the other teams. So when he finally plays, his first game rep is going to be the first time that he makes a serious cut off of game time motion. You can practice until you're blue in the face, but when you're on the field and that quarterback says hike and you go boom boom boom, and then you got to make a move in front of the corner that's in front of you, you're reacting. It's completely different. So I think you got to give him a couple of games. You're not gonna get the 1,000% Malik Neighbors right out the gate. You got to give him a couple of games. Now, listen, Malik not at 100% is still better than 90% of the receivers that we're talking about.
Right.
So let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying that he's not going to go out there and perform. He's going to look better than most receivers, but are we going to get the 100% Malik, the confident Malik? We're not going to get that right out the gate. He has to move against these other corners for a few games before he feels like he knows he can do it again.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with that completely, and I understand the human aspect of coming from an injury. So if that's the case, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not really even in the headspace of expecting him to be in mid-season form game one. My thing is, if I see you on the field, I do expect you to still be a version of yourself. Like, I don't think it's excusable for you to go out there and stink it up. Like, I still need you to perform at a certain level. Now, like you said, it doesn't need to be top tier league, mid game. No, but if you're out there, to me, and that's one thing about this game that I'm learning, that this is kind of the expectation that a lot of us have, whether you agree or disagree. It's when you're out on the field, you're expecting a certain level of production, whether you're injured, hurt, or regardless.
Oh, yeah.
And I think for me, even when it is Slayton, like it's one thing for you to play hurt, but if you're going to be out there on the field, to me, what you're telling me is you're adding to the team. You're an addition to the team. Yeah. You're helping the team. So as long as you're out there on the field, then I need to see something. Yeah. Now, if you're sitting out and you're just not well, and then you're out, and then you got to recuperate, and you got to get to that point. But Ethan, you was gonna add to that. My fault. I didn't want to sidetrack too much.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. Because we were talking about Darius Slayton. So right now, who's our wide receiver one?
Right.
I mean, Malik's not on the field. Who is it? It's probably going to be Darius
without
Slayton.
Malik.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Darius Slayton.
Shit, me, it's looking like Malachi right now.
Yeah, it looks like Malachi, but I mean, if you're going to roll coverage to somebody, you're going to roll it to the rookie. I think
let me ask you this, Ethan. Let me ask you this. We've heard about Darnell Mooney. We've heard about Calvin Austin. Like, as far as just making plays this offseason, we've heard about Malachi Fields, of course. We've heard about Isaiah Likely. Where is Darius Slayton?
I did hear he dropped.
I haven't been hearing Darius Slayton damn near all offseason.
In West Virginia, I did hear you drop it.
That is a fair assessment. The thing is, I just feel like even through Darius Slayton's career, every time we've counted him out, every time he was supposed to be almost cut, every time he was supposed to be not the guy, he's put up he was leading leading our team in receptions, yards, or whatever it may be. So now it kind of looks like we're counting him out. He's not the guy. Likely's here. We got all these plethora of receivers. The receiver room's crowded. Who's getting traded? We just traded Daniel Falele we fleeced the Jags. I'm going to keep it 100. We just fleeced the Jags for an unconventional 6th-round pick. Yeah. So now it's that situation. He's put in that situation again. But this time he's paid. So now once the season gets rolling, and every time Darius Slayton gets one-on-one coverage, he still has that speed to uncover. It's just our only thing is him catching the ball. It's not like he's not open. So I feel like with this offense, maybe that's an element that we haven't seen that we're not trying to give up. There's cards that we're not showing right now. Everyone's looking at Likely. Everyone's looking at Darnell Mooney, Calvin Austin. But this offense has worked enough, not perfectly, through Darius Slayton. So this year could be definitely a good year for him. It's just going to take some time to build that cohesiveness with the other players that are on the offense, because we have Likely in the room that we want to get the ball to over the middle. And with these practices that we've seen, Dart has been throwing the ball to a couple of receivers. Darius Slayton is just going to take his time to really get in there. But I just feel like with him being counted out, he's going to have that ability to step up, because I feel like the defensive coordinators, if you've been following a practice or anything they've been doing, you're gonna probably double Likely over the middle of the field or Fields. So that's going to leave Darius Slayton on a lesser corner or whoever it may be. The coverage is rolled away from him, and that's going to allow him to get those bigger numbers.
I got one for you. Right now, at this very moment, today, do you believe Odell is the better receiver or Darius Slayton?
Darius Slayton.
Damn.
Better receiver right now in the NFL, Darius Slayton.
Damn.
He can uncover faster. Darius.
Milton, what you think, Milton?
I don't agree with that shit.
That's fine. That's fine. He's the younger. He can uncover faster. Especially because the thing is, defenses are going to play man. Yeah. Defenses are going to play man. And Odell against man.
That's where Odell shines.
I mean, we'll
take
see.
My chances.
We'll see. Because we've seen him uncover against number twos. Hopefully, he's going to. If he uncovers against number ones, I haven't seen it in a couple of years. So that leads me to not think it. I've seen Darius Slayton uncover against ones.
You got
coverage roll his way. Because
if you don't have, if I'm not seeing, bro, I will never say that there's a corner that's gonna stop this man. I apologize, but I don't think in one-on-one coverage there's anybody stopping him, even right now. Even though he's separating from these third string, second string, third string corners, the fact that he's separating from rookies that have the athleticism, that's a conversation in itself. They may not have the skill, but if you're telling me that you're separating off of a fly route, that's a conversation. And he's still separating off of flies. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're talking about, you put them receiver to receiver. I need you to run a route against this corner in front of me. I would not put Darius over Odell.
Okay.
That could just be me, nostalgic, you know.
TP, what you think?
To me, right now, I got it being Odell, and this is why. It's because what Odell does very well is what you see on the screen. He's a technician. He knows how to just simply run a route. He knows where to be, when to be there. He knows where to attack. He knows and I always say this about Odell. Like, if you've been tuned into me, people know that this is the one thing I say about Odell is these new receivers that you see and their style of running routes. You see them at the top of routes, how busy they get, the double moves, and all the dancing that you see in these routes, and you see these breakdowns. That is all because of this man. He introduced that into the league. Just like Allen Iverson brought the crossover, like the street ball effect, like, to the league. Odell Beckham brought this ability to the league. So as long as he can do this right here,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like
who is
Slayton
that?
ain't doing.
Who is
Slayton
that?
ain't.
Who was 30 on the Dolphins?
But
You would have
this
no
is
clue.
you know what?
Nobody
you know what
knows who 30 is on the deal.
You know what my response? So listen, you know what my response is to that?
Go ahead.
No, like you know what this is my response. Cool, fair, right? You could say we haven't seen it, against a prominent corner, but I haven't seen Darius Slayton do that for 1, 2, 3, or anything this offseason.
Bro,
this
how many
offseason,
more touchdowns
I haven't
last
seen it.
season? If Darius Slayton actually catch the ball a little, if he had Odell's hands and Odell had his speed now, it'd be a way different conversation.
I can't.
You see, because I get
can't.
what you're
I'm sorry,
trying
I can't do that. I can't put Odell's hands to Slayton.
Right. Yeah, but the thing is, if you got to realize, because how many times was Slayton in between two defenders downfield? And we're like, he dropped the ball again. That would have been a touchdown. He would have had several more touchdowns, and with a sports hernia being injured. And there's a reason why Odell's still with the second and third team, and Darius is still with the ones. It's not just because of what he's getting paid. It's because of what they see on the field. This is why Paulson and Debo's running with the twos. This is, Harbaugh sees it on the field, and he's saying the people who are making plays in practice are getting those more reps and getting more chances with the ones. Yeah, there's been a rotation.
I seen Slayton out there getting cardio. Like I seen, what was his stat line when he was out there? Everybody added to the stat line except Darius Slayton. Okay, that's my issue. That is my big issue.
Are you talking about in the first game?
Hold on, real quick. Yeah, real quick. Let me shout out to my guy Tudo, man, for the $4.99 super chat. He says, salute and respect the TP King of NYG Media Podcast. Greetings from me and my fam in Princeton. Great NYG live stream as always. Cheers, mate. New York Giants, salute to my guy Tudo, man. One of the best doing it out here, representing from all over the world, man. Shout out to Tudo, man. We appreciate you, bro. But I forgot you said something right before that super chat.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, Darius is gonna have a good year. We haven't really seen all the things that we want to see, is because you're going to get those coverage on Odell. Odell was like the media capital. He was the guy in New York. Darius Slayton's like been quietly under radar. Darius Slayton's like going to be like top 4 or 5 in receiving yards in the New York Giants of all time. So like he quietly goes under the radar, and it might happen again, but he's going to quietly have a good season. I'm just, thinking that Darius Slayton, it's going to be a good year for him, yet quiet. That's all.
Look, I know I'm giving off like mixed signals, because I do think Darius is going to have one of his best seasons. But if we're talking about one versus the other, I do think that Odell would be a better receiver as a whole. Now, as far as the roster, the way it's going to shake up, like Darius he's going to make the team. We know that for a fact. It's all a matter of the depth chart and how they're lined up, how Nagy wants to run his offense, and how he wants to set everything up. I do hear it. I think, like, I would love to see, especially if we don't have Malik right out the gate, it'd be Darius, Odell, and Mooney, or Darius, Odell, Calvin Austin. You know what I mean? But Fields is going to get some play as well. So it's going to be interesting how they do it, because I think they're going to try to do specific packages for these receivers. Like, they're going to set them up for certain things, because I think Fields is going to get a lot of burn because of the special teams and the blocking. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he's going to be on the field a lot. Well, I don't necessarily know. Thing is this wasn't the biggest run blocking receiver, that we've had. So it's going to be interesting how the depth chart shakes.
This is the thing. Like even when we mention Fields, right? Like if you put things in its perspective, like sometimes you got to ask yourself, if Darius Slayton was that guy, then how was Malachi Fields in one offseason able to step on the field and take reps away from him? If Darius Slayton is that guy, it shouldn't even arguably be a question whether Odell or him will produce more for this offense. And if Darius Slayton is that guy, and how come he can't be a receiver to give us 1,000 yards in the season? Like he just can't do it. And again, for those who know, it don't sound like it, but I am a Darius Slayton guy. Like I have been defending this man for quite enough time. But I'm also on a type of time to where I got no more patience and love for anybody holding us back. Like I'm on the type of time that John Hart, like you mentioned earlier. Okay, sit Paulson Adebo on the bench if he is simply not doing more than what Deontay Banks is. Going into this season, I would have thought that was absolutely crazy. I was like right on the edge of giving up on Deontay Banks. Like I was fed up with Banks. But forget a name. Forget all of this stuff. Forget what you have done. It is all about getting better and mind state and just the ability to fit where we're going to be. So if Slayton hasn't shown that he can compete to a place to where he is clearly better than our rookie Malachi Fields, that he's clearly better than Odell Beckham, who hasn't played football in quite some time, then I'm looking at you a little shaky going into the season. You know, and that's kind of the stamp. That's kind of like the overall standpoint that I have. Now, granted, I would not be shocked if Darius Slayton had himself, you know, one of those Darius Slayton games. You know, when he's just going completely off, and you know he's torturing whoever's guarding him. But you know, as of right now, the stakes is high. Everybody's competing, and I'm just not hearing Darius Slayton's name in that mix.
Yeah. He does put us in a hard position to kind of defend him as of right now, just because we haven't heard his name a lot. We're
gonna see on Saturday. We're gonna see on Saturday. That's all.
If he show me something,
I want to see them on the field. I want to see them on the field, but I'm curious to see how the depth chart, how this wide receiver room looks, because it's the most interesting shakeup that we have on the team right now, I think, as far as who's getting signed in this receiver room.
Mm-hmm.
No, for sure. I think Saturday, you know, again, like, all right, so it could go two ways. If we see Slayton go out there on Saturday and balls out, it makes a case for him, right? But in the same breath and time, if he goes against the Dolphins and you just don't hear about Darius Slayton again, he's just out there getting cardio, then hey, yo, look, I don't know how it's gonna really pan out for him.
So then who's wide receiver one?
Teams out there that's looking for a receiver. Right? I mean, technically, it's Isaiah Likely, but from a wide receiver standpoint, it's Malachi Fields.
He's wide receiver one. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair, but
and I'm gonna tell you why. You know why at Malachi Fields, and I know people are like, yo, like let's see first, let's wait a little bit before. But I think I've seen what I needed to see. Malachi Fields, he would be the number one because, for one, he is that prototypical John Harbaugh receiver. He's the most physical receiver that we have in this receiver room. He is actually going out there and putting his face mask into whatever defenders. Like, he is not scared to block. He will block. And on top of that, he's also someone who is reliable, which I wish I could say the same for Darius Slayton. But when it comes to catching the ball, he catches the ball. Like, for me, I hate saying this because it really sounds like I'm trying to compare myself to professionals, and I'm nowhere near trying to do that, right? But I played receiver before, and so I have a little understanding on some of the catches that are harder than the other, right? So, like, I'll give you an example. We're talking about Darius Slayton. Y'all know that drop that he had in that Washington game, and everybody's like, oh, but people don't really understand from a receiver standpoint
How
that
hard it
was a
is.
difficult catch.
Mhm.
That would have been difficult to reel in. Like, yeah, it looked like a more dramatic catch than what it was because it hit him in the hands. But if you would have just seen how off shoulder that was, and that was difficult. But anyway, I also seen from Malachi Fields when they threw that slant. I think it was it Jameis Winston? Somebody threw a slant, and it was damn near at his legs. And for a tall receiver,
Yeah.
a lot of people is not catching that, or they're falling trying to catch that. Malachi Fields catches that all hands, and he stays on his feet.
Yeah.
But that goes with his draft eval has said. Like, he doesn't drop the ball often. And so simply when you just add those elements, hey,
It's
right
so
now he's the hot hand.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me that we're having this conversation about Malachi Fields, and I remember after the combine, bro.
Right.
Flaming his ass up, bro. I was lighting him up.
Yeah.
Because
he had to have 40.
He can't run routes. He can't catch. I was going in on him because his combine was trash. But now looking at the way he's performing with Dart, like, he could definitely be a major asset on our offense. And like, before the Vikings games, people were going crazy with the Plaxico comparisons and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, I see it. Tall receiver,
Yeah,
he's gonna be a
I'm one of those guys who,
He's gonna be a red zone problem.
for sure. And I'm one of those guys too that I hate the comparison thing. But even I had to confess, like, okay, I see what y'all see. Like, I see why y'all are doing the whole.
You can't even front. Like, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. So
I'm
now,
excited.
speaking of just targets, right? I'm just going down a list here. I think that Isaiah Likely connection with Dart is a real thing, man. And we could talk about, receiver ones and things like that. But to me, that's the main target right there. Even when Leak gets back, I could see that still being a thing, man. How do y'all feel about that?
No, I'm right there with you, man. Every practice, even in game, like Jackson Dart's first practice in this, first completion in the Vikings game was a 5-yard pass to Likely. He's throwing him the ball consistently. It's like he's a matchup nightmare. Dart loves to throw to him. He's right over the middle. He's right there. He's the closest receiver to him, next to the slot. So it's easy for him to keep finding him. And it's like he's just like a bigger wide receiver. So I can see that Likely putting up a lot of yards, a lot of receptions this year. Dart likes they have that connection, and that's good. So I just wish it was more with Theo, but that's another here or there story. But it's like Likely's gonna get his. Likely's gonna get his. That's a Harbaugh guy. He brought him over from Baltimore, so that's a good thing. It's just I just wish it was more of the homegrown guys. You know what I'm saying? The ones we brought in here. Joe Shane selection, so we can kind of justify Joe Shane still being here. But
Yeah,
it's a whole.
I
think
Ethan, real quick before you go, Milton. Don't lose your point. Hey, listen, if y'all are tuned in right now, I need y'all to make sure you handle your biz on your end, okay? Make sure that you like this stream. I do want to take this time as well, man, to just shout you guys out. All of y'all, man, that are doing the simple things, man, that is liking the streams, that is hyping the streams. It helps the channel more than you can imagine. Y'all are doing a wonderful job at it, so shout out to y'all. But let's keep that momentum going. And please do me this favor. Subscribe to Big Blue Reborn. Okay? Listen, this is what I need from y'all. When we're done with this stream, I need these gentlemen to look at their subscriber account and see it jump. Because then I want them to come back. Okay? So do me this favor. Treat the guests with the VIP, treatment. Subscribe to these gentlemen. As you can see, man, it's good conversation. Because I'm going to want them back here. And so y'all got to treat my guests good. You know what I mean? So, and also get that good content. But go ahead, Milton. What were you going to say?
Yeah, so I was going to say, look, I think Isaiah Likely definitely going to be like his safety valve, like Dart. He's going to be the closest person to him. So when he doesn't have that first look, second look, Isaiah Likely is going to be somewhere where he can hit him. I do have like a slight like PTSD about us signing a tight end and expecting to get great work from him. And then, we had that situation with Darren Waller. Oh, it's going to be a great tight end, bringing him in from Oakland. He's going to be amazing. And what was that? So I just don't want nothing like that again. Hey, we appreciate you. NY Giants, BK Nets. Hey, we love it. But I just don't want to see another situation like the Darren Waller situation where we got this big tight end. It was a crazy off season where mad hype, and then this man don't get no catches all season. Mm-hmm. I know it's not going to be the same case because Darren Waller was kind of washed like when we got him. So as of right now, is he still on Miami? Actually, no, I'm thinking about it.
I think he's just like signed with Carolina, bro. People still have faith in him for some reason.
I think Isaiah Likely, like I said, as long as we get the performance from him, he was not able to shine like his like he was supposed to when he was in Baltimore, behind Mark Andrews and everything like that. So I think now that he has the opportunity to shine on his offense, Dart's definitely going to feed him. He's going to get him the ball.
Every time we see that Dart match,
this is the thing, right? Because PTSD is real. Like, especially as a Giant fan, that is a real thing. And I think in some way, shape, or form, a Giant fan has some type of PTSD, right? But one thing that I am hanging my hat on, and I'm standing 10 toes on, and if I look away when it's all said and done, then F it, I'll look away. But I wholeheartedly believe that this shit is just different than what we have experienced in quite some time. Like, from a talent standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, from a confidence standpoint, this year feels just different. And I'm hanging my hat on the fact that I believe that we actually have the leaders in place for us to finally complement the talent that we have in the building.
Yeah.
So I believe that Likely is going to be the real deal, simply because linebackers can't guard him. Safeties, they can't guard him. He's just going to be too much of a nightmare. He's going to be that first option for Dart, But there's such a bag that we can get to offensively that it's going to be interesting to see how defenses are going to try to keep up, because the truth of the matter is we're a run first team. We're going to run that rock. We made that clear, and we'll get into the running backs in just a second. But when we get to that play action game, that's when it's going to be likely time. That's when it's going to be when Malik gets back league time and so forth and so on.
Darius
So,
Slayton.
I just see it. I see the vision. Darius Slayton. So yeah, man. But yeah. Speaking, let's actually dive into that. Let's talk running backs here, okay? Because I do want to get y'all opinion on this. I know how I see it, but I like to get different perspectives. I'ma just throw this at you. I'm not even gonna try to cook it up. Najee Harris, or let's start here, Devin Singletary.
Devin Singletary.
I'm going with Motor as well.
Yeah. Najee coming off that injury.
Najee Harris.
We don't know yet.
Or Tyrone Tracy Jr.
What you mean, blocking?
No, y'all faces when I asked y'all that. Y'all both put your head down like,
blocking? Oh no, maybe Najee might get
a total package.
Off of one leg.
Package.
Tracy. I mean, we got to see it. Najee's gonna get his reps hopefully this weekend and next weekend. But I mean, until then, you got to go with the guys that we've seen enough from. Tracy still got that breakaway speed. I doubt Najee's had it, even when he had consecutive 1,000-yard rushing seasons with the Steelers. He didn't have a lot of rushing yards per carry. It was always like 3, maybe 4, like 3.8 within 4 range. It wasn't like anything extravagant. So, I mean, Najee was solid, but that was several years ago. Now, after what was it, ACL or Achilles injury? It was either one of those two. The Achilles. Like now him coming back. I just hope that he is serviceable, because I've seen so many jokes about Najee Harris online. If you need Najee Harris to get 3, he's gonna get 3. If you need him to get 7, he's gonna get 3. So like that's about it, bro. So I don't know about Najee yet. I mean, it's good to have a bigger back on the field, because we need somebody that can. If we need to get a yard, and Scatterboo, we're worried about health issues for Scatterboo, then Najee's a good change up as far as having a different type of running back in the backfield. That's actually bigger than everybody else.
That was it. That was literally. That's all I was gonna say. Is look, Najee Harris, for me, he has to put it on the field first before I can jump him over anybody on the roster right now. Now, starting at Devin Singletary and then the running backs that we have under him, yes, I put Najee over them. But as of right now, I can't put him in front of the top 3 that we have right now until I see him perform. Now, again, we laughed right when we first brought it up, because Tracy, man, that block that he missed, man, he fucked up. Like that was just, you can't make mistakes like that, especially with Jackson on the field. But when you look at Najee Harris standing next to Devin Singletary, Tracy, and Scatterboo, like goddamn, bro, he's towering over them. So he definitely fits the mold that Harbaugh is looking for. So again, not to say that he's jumping in front of them, but they better understand that fire is under that seat, boy. Don't he has a good camp. He could jump that roster spot. He could jump the depth chart real quick. I'm just, again, I got to see it first before I can say I'm putting him over any of our backs right now.
So
TP, what you think?
I think exactly what y'all said. I think John Harbaugh just has more of a rapport with Najee because they were in the same division,
Yeah.
and I think that's more of his style back. Bigger guy, physical guy, run downhill guy. Tracy provides a different element, right? Now, this is how I see it. This is how I see it. Najee's gonna have to. He's gonna have to show me. Like there are a lot of Giant fans that saying, "Oh, Najee when healthy, he takes the cake." Like, "Oh, Najee's better than Tyrone Tracy Jr." And they put that so concretely. And people will love to run to the stats when talking about Najee Harris, but I don't think that necessarily helps your point.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at Najee Harris stat line, yes,
21 was
he's
the
been a
only.
1,000 yard back. Yeah, and we will negate 2025 because he got hurt, right? So let's outside of that, he's been a 1,000 yard back, barely getting to 1,000, but 1,000 yard back pretty every year. And when you look here at the games played, you see that he doesn't miss time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played every game. Yeah. Now, that's impressive to me. What it does say to me that he could be that reliable guy that maybe could take that workload, and you could say that, right? But to say from a rushing standpoint, oh, he gets 1,000 yards, and you think that's the end all be all? Nah, I can't let that one just flow by. I can't let that one flow by. And I also am not going to be the type of person to just forget what Tyrone Tracy Jr. has been for the past couple years that we've seen him.
Yeah.
Like, again, they bring two different things to the table, but if you're talking about elusiveness and big home run playability,
I mean, look at it.
I don't understand how you would take here. You know what I mean?
Look at it. Like
I don't know.
If you getting plus 250 carries, you should be cracking 1,000 yards. Like, if you're getting over 250 carries, like that means you're averaging at least 4 to 5 yards, right? So you should be doing that. That's like an average running back stats. That's not saying you're like we're not talking about who would I say? Who would I compare him to? I don't even know who I would compare Najee Harris to be honest. But we're not getting that all pro, like you're not getting like a Christian McCaffrey. This ain't no Sonic the Hedgehog type situation, over there in Detroit. This is just he's an average back. Like, again, is he better than Turbo? Yes. Most likely because of Turbo going down. That's really why Najee got signed. It wasn't because of
Tyrone. It was probably because of Scatterable, really.
It wasn't because of the Tracy missing that block, but I'm pretty sure they picked him up right after what's name got hurt? Turbo.
Hey, KP. This is the thing. Okay. Let me bring it to its proper perspective here. KP says compare Scat and Tracy to the rest of the running backs in the league. They're not getting it done. I beg to differ. I disagree wholeheartedly. First of all, we only got a sample size of what Tracy and Scat has been because Scat got hurt.
Yeah,
that's for one. For two, again, Tracy has been one of the highlights on this offense consistently. Who can we say consistently has been the highlight for this offense?
For the past 2 years?
Can't say that about, we can't say that about a lot of people on this offense.
Not really anybody.
And again, I'm not saying that Najee can't step in and be that guy that helps scat with wearing down the defense and plays that physical bully ball game. Like I understand that aspect of it, but I also see the aspect of scat wear him down, and then Tracy, you go ahead and hit him with the home run because now they gassed out, and how they gonna be able to keep up with you, and in open space at that, Tracy is more dangerous in open space. So it's just like there's just different elements that you have to factor in to where I just don't think it's just that simple, that 1, 2, 3, where you could just say Harris over Tracy for me. For me, that's just how I see it.
No, I agree. It's I think again, that's why you have a running back room, so you have that versatility. Anytime that we've had great running back room, it's been multiple types of running backs. It's never been 3 of the same back. Even when we were back with the Earth, Wind, and Fire, when we had, Brandon Jacobs and
Derek Warren, I'm not Bradshaw.
Exactly, Bradshaw, exactly. So it's I definitely think that with all of them in the back, we can definitely have a great tangent. I think it's a battle between Motor and Najee. Before it would be like Tracy or Najee.
Okay.
I don't see them there, especially with us having Ricard on the roster. We're not keeping more than 3 running backs.
Oh, I think. Well, I mean, history shows Harbaugh has usually kept around 4 running backs on the field. I mean, on the roster. So we'll see, but
I just feel like with the fullback situation, because they're gonna try to they're gonna keep a fullback and they're gonna pick up a backup fullback.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 spots that we normally would not. That's not a roster spot that we normally fill. So I just don't see us keeping 3 and 2 fullbacks.
Oh yeah, no, I think Patrick Ricard is going to be the only fullback on the team. And then if Najee got to step in that fullback role, he gonna have to block his ass off or something. no, he gonna do something. But I mean, I think
I had to pull up. I had to be fair. Oh, my fault. I had to be fair and pull up the Tyrone Tracy Jr. stats here, just to compare them side by side here, and shit. I mean, you look at the attempts. you're not even cracking half of what Harris has been getting throughout his career.
Right.
Oh, that's Najee right there?
Yeah, that's Najee's right there.
All right, let me put the right one up there. Let's see.
I'm comparing. Yeah, well,
the right one up
Najee. I mean, you got to also look at the the situations. Like Tracy came in as he was a wide receiver at Purdue, and then had 1 year. Najee was like a 4-year running back at Alabama, coming into the NFL. So, like, of course, he was going to get those touches. And then, Tyrone Tracy Jr. had 1,000 yards from scrimmage both years in the NFL. So, and let's see what games played and versus games started. He didn't start all those games and still cracked the 1,000 yards over.
Yep.
And like, he's been effective in the run and pass game. Not saying that Najee hasn't, but I mean, if we compare those full 4, if we had the same amount of same years, I feel like Tyrone Tracy would even have better numbers than Najee. And if I had to game plan it as a defensive coordinator, I feel like it would be harder to game plan against Tracy, a back that can do a little bit more than that's just a bigger back. Like bigger backs, it may be harder to tackle, but they're easier to see, I guess. Or how am I trying to put that? It's like I don't know if you remember Brandon Jacobs. It was always like weird. Like Brandon Jacobs, we would put him in for like 1-yard runs, and it was like Matt Bradshaw was better at the 1-yard runs. I felt like it was like weird like that, but
yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
So it's somewhere along those lines. But
So NY Giants BK Net says, all that sounds cool, but Najee before the injury is a better running back than Tracy. And I know that's the theme of things. That's what people are saying out here,
And
especially in New York Giant land.
I believe that.
I don't know that to be.
I believe it.
It could be true. It could be true. I'm just saying I don't. I think a lot of times we getting wrapped up in the stats and we getting wrapped up in the name, and we're not really paying attention to what we see from our eye test and
It's more so like
surrounding that.
Tracy was a receiver. He played running back for 1 year prior to him getting to the league. You know what I'm saying? Najee Harris played running back his whole life. So I understand coming with the sentiment of Najee Harris being a better running back just for the running stats as alone. And you look at running attempts versus running attempts, and yes, he had more rushes. But when you put the total package up, like nowadays, 2026 offense in the NFL, you can't just run the ball by itself. You got to be able to get out the backfield and catch the ball. Not saying Najee wasn't catching the ball, but I think Tracy is more of an impact in the backfield than Najee will be for us. You know, screen game and everything like that. Like,
so
I think be able to do more in the open field.
Shit, I'll tell you this. That's going to be something that I'm going to be definitely paying attention to tomorrow. Like, let's see. I mean, it's make it competitive here. Let's see how they stack up next to each other. I've been hearing that Najee's been looking good. Baldy's been saying, Najee's galloping out there. Like he looks good out there. So I want to see what that looks like. You know what I mean? And I'm not doubting it. To me, I'm just more of a show me. I don't hear about it. I ain't with the names. I don't want to hear about what you used to do and all that. What we doing now? Talk to me about that, today? And then we can go from there.
What have you done for me lately?
But come on. But listen, we a little over an hour, man. This has definitely been dope. A dope conversation headed, till tomorrow. I will be live streaming right after the game tomorrow. I want y'all to take y'all time. There is no ticker on this. This is no nothing. But I want y'all to give your whatever hot take, your final thoughts, or whatever it is about tomorrow that you want to get off your mental, man. So, floor is yours.
Mick, you got anything you want to say first, or?
Feed OBJ. That's the only thing I want to see tomorrow is give him the opportunity that he needs. And I want to see him running routes with the ones. That's the main thing. Look, I don't need much from the game tomorrow, but I want to see OBJ get an opportunity to make this team. Don't have him out there running with Brandon Allen because that man, he likes throwing to the other jersey. So give OBJ the opportunity to make this roster because we definitely want to see him in the end zone doing that Thriller dance this season.
On defense. Keep it up. Everything we heard from these practices show domination. Don't let them get nothing. Let's get a donut on the scoreboard. Let's just show it from first team to second team to third team. Show why we're the better team completely for all three levels. That's what I want to see. Run stop. Darius Alexander, step the F up, man. Like, he is the guy. He need to have a really good season. We know what DJ Reader can do. We know what these vets can do. You really got to be the guy to step up. He's the main one I want to see really step up tomorrow in this season.
Hey, listen. You heard it here first. You heard it first, man. Listen, tomorrow it is going down Okay? It is okay to expect for us to dominate. It is okay for us to go in to tomorrow's game expecting to look like the completely better team because we are the better team. Alright, so listen. Do not forget to like this stream on your way out. Also, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, but subscribe to Big Blue Reform. Tomorrow, let's see if what we talked about aligns. It's been real. I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation like I did. Fellas, this was super dope. Look, I'm gonna give y'all some time, but y'all gotta get back on here. Y'all gotta get back and check in with the people, and we gotta have this conversation again. But on that note, y'all already know. I'ma holla at y'all, and until I holla at y'all, New York Giants salute. Peace, 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 peace. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Peace, y'all. Peace, 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 peace.